Hello and welcome to a different video. This is creative mode, quite obviously. And what we're doing today is we're going to be working in creative mode. I have this wonderful sort of city I've been building up, and I thought I would turn it into some content. I would show you guys around and we can get some progress done. This type of city, I think I would explain it as sort of futuristic but with some rustic elements to it. Keep in mind, what is happening? I'm not great of a builder. I just kind of try things until they work. But this is the first thing I built. I wanted to do a semi-Japanese style build, but I don't really know if it pulled that off. But I think the builds, actually, I don't know if they get better throughout this. This might still be one of my favorite builds. There's some trees. I think this is the city flag I've decided on. And I also really need to take down this really boring concrete wall, but I haven't yet. This building, I like to think of it as sort of a, I don't know, I think it was going to be a modern church that I completed. It's got some billboards on the outside, and inside, nice little modern church. And I had a lot of trouble lighting this giant dark space up. Now, this is actually something my brother designed. I designed the bottom, but he designed these little motorcycles, or maybe he just saw them somewhere and put them in here. I think they're so cute. I love them, and I love using them around here. And if I get in one carefully... Oh, what's happening to me? Actions and stuff makes this a little bit strange, but I'm in a little motorcycle. Now if we get out without pushing the minecart... Oh, we pushed it. We pushed it a little bit. I'm not going to mess with that anymore. I have a lot of glass flooring along the sides, which I really enjoy using. I think it adds a cool touch to everything. And more of these motorcycle trails, or whatever you want to call them. In here is a little power plant or some sort. I didn't really have motivation to do an interior for it. Maybe one day. This is a little trade market stall that I put up just to fill in some space. And, yep, the back side of things. I don't build the back very well, just like most Minecraft YouTubers don't. It's just nothing. It's just something that no one really looks at that often. But when you're in a city, I guess you do. Oh well. I've got some power lines going. I didn't really know how to make the power lines, but I tried. There's more billboards, large buildings. This one, I don't know what it is, but it looks cool, and the stained glass effect on it took me so long. It took me probably a whole 3 hours just to figure out how to make this consistent through everything. And I think there is still an inconsistency somewhere, but we don't mind that. That's fine. I put some nice rainbows everywhere. Love the rainbows. Some more billboard signs. This technically says LOL. I think I had an idea from some sort of movie I watched to make the faces like this, but I don't remember what. This boring box that I gotta do something with, so I'll probably do a video on decorating this or taking it down and doing something else with it. Not sure. And here is a little power box for the power plant that is right here. Again, don't really know what I'm doing, but I'm kind of just following what I think would be a cool futuristic look for a power plant, and so I don't know what's going on here. I don't know how it generates power from gold blocks, lava, and redstone lines pushing things into the air, but it's doing something. And I think that's cool. And then we have the power levels here, so I think maybe this the power part isn't generating as much power, so this side is a bit lower, and then this side's generating full power, maybe. But today, what are we working on today? As I've kind of introduced you to this, well, I'm walking over it right now. This is our little market stall section, and I think this is also going to turn into a market stall section. So we're going to do this today. So far I have a little meat shop area with a really basic interior that I don't really have any motivation to do anything with any further. We have I think this is where they cook all the meat-ish. I got fresh replica fish in here. They are not very fresh. They look like they've been contained. They're in an area with smoke and fire, and this does not look like a safe environment to be a fish. I'm so sorry for you guys. The fresh replica fish was not my idea, by the way. I know that Etho, a creator that I really admire, has done that design in his Hermitcraft build. I just wanted to include that as a little reference, because I like including references to what I watch in my creations. So, this is the first two shops I've done, and now we're going to do the third. I think for the third shop, I want to kind of bring some light to the darkness. These two builds seem very, like, sketchy, and I think if we kind of continue that but in a clashy way, so maybe like a bakery, that could be a cool idea. Right now I'm trying to lay out some color ideas, so like using this and maybe the lighter terracotta, or if I wanted to sort of stick with the darker theme, I could do something like this. I think this spruce would tie into the axe handle and stuff a bit better. So maybe we want to do that. I think we'll do that. Although I do like this design, maybe I'll incorporate that somewhere else. It just looks too modern for what we're doing here. I think I agreed I'd split this wall half and half, so this side of the wall is actually going to be for this business that we're making. I think if we make the bakery look a bit welcoming, that could be nice. So we have a little entryway here, and then we continue on building. It looks like a little cozy cabin, which is very different vibes from the rest of it, but I'm kind of enjoying that half and half dynamic. Oh, that's gonna be a pain. I think I want to do the glazed terracotta for the floor, but I'm just remembering how much of a pain doing that is, because I did a pattern for this wall, which looks really good, but it took me so long to figure out all the orders for this. Oh, here's the inside of the fish store. Doesn't actually have an entrance, but we can pretend it does. These poor fish. Okay, so now I have some of the basic wood in, so we can get an idea if we like that or not. I think I do. Now I just have to add some more detailing. I'm wondering if I should keep the tuff, for an example, or if that's too much and I should switch to something like cobblestone. But I feel like the cobblestone doesn't really do what I want it to do. If we tie in the andesite from the other build, maybe that could look... I think I do like that, but something about the pattern that I'm going for doesn't sit great. Maybe if I did a different pattern it would look better. Something like that could work. And as long as we're not looking too closely, it looks fine. I don't know. The thing that I think is bugging me right now is the blackstone looks so different from these two builds. But if I just try putting this on top and then cover it up maybe a little bit, that couldn't be the most awful thing. That could work a little bit. Yep, that's something. But it kind of covered up all the blackstone that I just added. So, what if I'm crazy and I just do that? Okay, that works actually. That was kind of a crazy idea, but I think it works for the chaotic vibe I'm going for. Now if I add a little window here with some iron bars to make it look a bit sketchier. Yep, but it's not giving bakery currently, so let's add a little table out front or some trapdoors to kind of display some of their sweets. Of course, I'll add the one item in Minecraft you can actually place down that's cooked, which is not there. That's not where it goes. It's a cake. Whoa, that sound effect. I always get that one at the weirdest times. If I like eat a bit of it too, make it seem like someone took some samples of it. So it's a working business. What about one of these guys? Make him sit. Cute. Also, I didn't mention this, but I've added the actions and stuff to this, mainly for the armor stands. I really love what the armor stands can do with their poses and such. I think they look really fun. especially like the sitting down poses. I think they're so cute. So that's something that I've added here. This actually looks like he's like handing a piece of fish to someone. That's actually really nice. Can I give him the fish to? I forgot you can give them items. Oh. What? Where'd the fish go? Nope. Oh, he has it in that hand. That's mildly disappointing. Wow, he's really proud of his fish. Just the point across that he's kind of holding up his fish. I like that. Now for the bakery, instead, I think we could actually take an armor stand and have someone greeting people. It's a bit nicer than a zombie holding up a piece of fish. Now these ones don't have legs until you add the legs, so we're gonna need to add some legs to this guy. He's pleading you, please come buy our things. Yeah, that's a nice welcoming pose, I think. I like the creeper head. Okay. Wow, that's a little terrifying. I always think the eyes are like where the nostrils are. Is that just me? Because now I'm realizing the eyes are up there because they're glowing so much, but they just... Oh, I just deleted the whole armor stand. Still, my point stands that these little white dots do not look like eyes. The eyes are always down here for me. Which makes them a lot more cute than if the eyes were the white things. Okay, we decided we're not doing the piglin head because that's a little scary. Okay, skeleton works. I'm gonna give this skeleton the same... Oh, I did it backwards. Well, that's fine. And how about a cookie? Wow, these cookies look amazing, actually. Wow. Oh, I just posed them, dang it. Again, it'd be so much better if that was in their other hand, but let's try that. Yeah. Please eat my cookie. Please eat it. Num num num. I'm feeling polished diorite for the floor, but my brain doesn't know where to find that. Here it is. Is that a little bit too happy-go-lucky for this town? Maybe, but we can try it. Yeah, see, this looks like a really corrupted and old, and then it kind of slowly gets a bit nicer. I feel like it still needs to be at least, like, sort of jagged. But maybe that's, like, the city's expanding, so, like, looks like a bit older of a building, and then the buildings get sort of newer as we go along. That could be a dynamic we could use. Whoa, that looks really weird. What is that? It turned into, like, a completely different block. Look at that. Weird. I think I like how these two builds mold into one another. That's good. So we are done with I just finished the outside of this area. There's a few little holes and gaps, but nothing too bad. We can't fix from the inside when we go in here. This should all be closed up now. That's good. We don't actually need this, so just replace it with something that looks a bit more coherent. And now we have the inside to do. Now the inside, I do want it to give those nice welcoming vibes that you would hope to get from one of these places. Like a little bakery. So I think we'll use some sort of door that still makes it look a bit old, maybe. That might go interesting with the cherry planks I'm planning to use, but we can try. It's definitely different. I don't know how I feel about that yet. Okay, that black stone is gonna kill it. So we're gonna have to cover that black stone up because I don't like it. Whoa, the lighting's really weird. Oh! I completely forgot I have smooth lighting turned off for another challenge I'm doing with myself. So if the lighting looked weird during this video, that would be why. I'm not gonna fix it now. I'm too lazy to fix that. And we're just gonna deal with it. Oh my gosh, we have the cushions. We have the cushions. We can use the cushions. Yes. Now I haven't played around much with these since they changed how they work. Actually, I haven't played with them at all since they changed how they work, so I'm still used to the snow layer stuff and all that. So I don't know what's new. Oh, wait. Yeah, okay, I'm remembering that. Okay, it needs to be a bit lower. Oh, break. Thank you. And yet I can still sit in it. Now it's just kind of bugged. Normally you could sit in that. Not this time. Oh, there we go. Like, this just looks so comfy. So, I think that's gonna be that. So maybe someone's like waiting for some orders or something. Maybe this is a bench. And you can pick them up here and just wait. Again, cozy vibes, cozy vibes. Back to covering up the ugly black stone. We're gonna use some, let's pull in the polished diorite. I cannot speak this morning, wow. Cute. If we go outside, kind of see it through there. Okay. Yeah, that shop gives a lot more cozy vibes than the other one. Now we have a nice glowing sign to tell people what this shop is, and pick a few dye color options. Let's go white. And that's done. So, there's our first shop finished, which took longer than I thought. These two didn't take that long, but maybe talking to a camera slows me down a little bit. Now we deal with this white cube, which I'm tempted to just kind of delete. Boom, it's gone. And honestly, that feels way better. I know it's supposed to be a city, but I'm not feeling the huge buildings being the optimal choice. I think I said I would do more of these shops, but I'm tempted to, oh, I just deleted the wall. Okay, that's fine. We can put the wall back. But yeah, I'm tempted to do a, like, townhouse type of design, which I think could look cute. This roof is weird now. That's fine. I don't really care. So let's mark this out. What do we want the townhouse to look like? I think it's going to be like a large complex of houses sort of stacked on each other. So it'll get tall, but I want to work one at a time on them. 3 houses maybe? So if they were that height, I think that would match pretty evenly with this side and the height of that building. So that should be good. So that color palette I was talking about earlier that I said not really gonna work. Well, I'm really tempted to use it. It could use some work. I think it could use some different color variation. Tempted to go with orange. I love blue and orange. It's a really amazing color combo. I've built a whole academy based off of that color combo. If future me wants to insert that photo here. So I think in honor of that academy, we're gonna do blue and orange and this white. So if I build that up and add some depth with the birch, I think that'll look really nice. And also townhomey. And wow, I actually really like how this is looking. It contrasts from some of the, like, lesser builds that look like I don't know, the communities have less, but maybe this is a town in which there's a large gap in people's profit, so some people have really overgrown builds that still look sort of nice, but you can tell they've been through a lot, and then there's some new modern buildings just being put up with all the freshest features or whatever there is. And it is also blending in with the wall, so that's a slight issue, but I'm just gonna have to remember when I try to take down the wall that that's not gonna be that simple. I'll just cut this apart for now, so we don't have to deal with the wall getting in the way if we need to move things. I really want to put a window above this, but we're not gonna be able to. That's the thing about modern houses, I get very carried away in what I want to do. So like this window would look so good right here, but we're supposed to be starting the next house right here. It wouldn't hurt to make this one a little taller, right? So now the next house starts here. Cool. See, since I've done the first bit so well, now I'm struggling to think about what to do for the second house. I think this is where I want to do a large window on a house. So I like to have those large type of windows. I don't think you see much creative Let's Play today because obviously it's probably not as interesting as survival, but I think there's a certain charm to it. You can put it on while you're doing whatever task or something. Like, you don't need to be fully engaged during this video as long as you have it in the background. That's enough. And I think it can be fun to watch other people's creative process. Because I feel like that's something that's so lacking, is I don't really know how to go about to build because I'll watch them in survival, but they said they made it in creative, and I'm like, well, how did you actually make it in the first place? How did you try to design that? And so that's something I want to try to bring to the YouTube space. I think that might be my goal for doing some creative episodes, is trying to bring some creative love back into here, because there used to be so much, and I used to love watching all the creative videos, but I don't see much of it anymore. No, that is bad. Okay, we're gonna try to figure something else out. Just putting some trapdoors over it to try to cover that. This wall currently feels too barren, but if I add some sort of balcony that these people could have, we can fix that. Deep slate is instantly what I would go for. I'm thinking about some sort of modern balcony. Deep slate. And it doesn't have to make sense, and gravity doesn't have to work because it's Minecraft. Amazing. Adding a balcony definitely adds some color. I don't know if blue was the right option though. I think that's nice. For inside. Ooh, that looks a little funny for now, but we are not doing interior today. That's cool. And you know what? I completely forgot I was a YouTuber for a second. We're still getting used to this, I guess. So, what I'm trying to do right now, as I completely blanked out and forgot I needed to talk, I'm trying to make some sort of, like, heater cooling system. I don't really know what I'm thinking about, but I'm trying to bring something to the top so it's not completely, like, barren. But I don't think this is the way to do it. I think I'm thinking of, like, the inverted version of this, maybe? So if this was a different direction. Okay, that's a bit more like what I was thinking about doing. Don't really know if I like it, though. It's something, but just feels awkward. If I give it some purpose and add some chimneys, maybe it'll look a little better. Some cobbled deep slate. Some cinnabar. Campfire. That, and then we just need to add a trap door around it. Maybe the poplar stuff? Haven't really played much with the poplar. I need another one, but I like it. The smoke doesn't even render in from very close though, so. Anyways, I really like how this flattens out, like this spike on this side kind of matches that spike over there. Aha! Okay, yeah. So like this spike right here and that goes well. With that, I thank you all very much for watching today's video. I'm intrigued to see how this will do compared to survival content, but I think it's nice to do something different, and for me, because I really love creative building, I build all of the time, and it's been a fun passion project to get to work on building a channel and building something that reminds me of me. Thank you. Goodbye.